Hello you guys, what is up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, my name's Emily. And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys every little detail about how I stay organized. If you have not already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on my post notifications so that you never miss when I post a new video. I cannot tell you guys how many questions I get about how do you have a corporate job and a YouTube channel, or how do you manage working and keeping your house so clean? That one, it's not clean all the time. Or how do you do this and have time for that? I get so many questions about time management, how I stay organized, and how I get everything done that I get done. So I thought that it would be a really helpful video if I sat down and talked to you guys through how I stay organized and how I complete everything on my to-do list. I'm gonna start off by telling you guys about the little things that I do here or there that honestly make such a big difference, and then I will get into later more of the in-depth things that really help me stay organized. So one of the first things that I actually just started doing, but it has made my life so much easier, and I wish I would have started implementing this earlier. I heard Lauren Gerardo say in one of her vlogs that she does not allow herself to light a candle until everything is picked up. And I do want to say there is a difference between picked up and clean. For me, I consider clean to be everything is vacuumed, dusted, wiped down, clean, and then picked up means there's not random items all over, and like I can see some things that I bought at Target that still need to be put away, things like that. So she said that she does not allow herself to light a candle until everything is picked up and put in its place, and I have started doing that, and honestly it has changed the game. I seriously feel like my space is so much more clean now because I'm just picking up like every day, probably twice a day, because I normally light one candle in my office in the morning and then one candle out here in the afternoon, and between those two things I just do a little like 60-second tidy beforehand, and then I light my candle, and it really does help me stay clean. Another tip that goes along with that is my rule of thumb is if it can be done in 60 seconds, just do it now. If I say, for example, like I just brought up how I have stuff from Target that needs to be put away, as soon as I'm done filming this video, I am just gonna go put it away, because although I really don't want to have to go into the pantry and go into the bedroom and walk around to be putting these things away, it can be done in less than 60 seconds. So I just need to suck it up, get it over with, and then I will feel so much better about having everything put away and having at least that task done. Another thing that has seriously helped me, and I don't know if this will help everybody, but if you are a forgetful person like me, I swear I am the most forgetful person in the world. I am not joking. I forget everything. It's so bad. I could be in the middle of a sentence and forget what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know if I need to like go to the doctor and get this checked out or what, but like, I'm not even exaggerating. It's really bad. So my tip for if you are like me, or even if you aren't and think that this will help, is to write down literally everything. Now, I'm not a big fan of writing things down on sticky notes or anything like that, because chances are I'll forget where I put the sticky note. So what I do is not only do I use GoodNotes, but I also use a to-do list and the reminders app in my phone. The reminders app I normally use if I just have to like tick down something that's kind of random that I need to accomplish that day, or literally just something that I don't want to forget that I need for later. I use the reminders app. I have so many different sections of my reminders, and it seriously helps so much in terms of not forgetting things. Another thing that really helps me, and this is kind of random, but honestly, if I didn't do this, I would be such a hot mess, is every single time I think of a grocery item that we need, I immediately put it on my grocery list in my phone. If I don't sit down and do it right then, or just pull out my phone and do it right then, I will forget it, and then I'll be so mad at myself, because then I will have gone grocery shopping and the next day I'm looking for something and then I'm like, dang it, I forgot the freaking pesto. Pesto came to my mind because I just put that on my grocery list this morning. That kind of goes for a rule of thumb with everything for me. It's just as soon as I think of something that I need to remember, whether it's groceries or a to-do list item or anything like that, I just put it in my reminders right away so that I don't forget. Again, in terms of cleaning, I also kind of stay organized in this way. I make myself a cleaning list, and I make myself a list of which day I'm going to do certain cleaning things. So for example, I will make a list that says, you know, on Saturday I'm going to vacuum and dust and take the trash out, and then on Sunday I'm going to deep clean the bathroom, tub, sink, mirror, things like that, so that way I don't forget anything everything that I want to make sure is clean, because little things like, say for example, wiping down the vents or the shades on the bathroom lights and things like that will slip my mind when I'm actually cleaning, because obviously things like vacuuming and cleaning the tub, you just look around, see the carpet or the tub, and you remember to do that stuff. But I make sure to write everything down in detail so that I don't forget those little things that can build up a lot of dust or dirt over time. And having a plan of when I'm gonna clean what really helps, especially when you're super busy, because then you can kind of break it up into days and you don't feel so overwhelmed like you have to do it all at once. So now getting into like the more hefty organization and planning. How I plan my week is every Sunday I sit down and I write out all of the things that I need to do that week. I personally use the app GoodNotes on my iPad. I literally have like a planner that I work out of. It's basically exactly like a planner that you can go get from Target or wherever you get your planners, but it's on my iPad. I am going to be doing an updated plan with me soon, so I will dive deeper into this, but pretty much my planner has either a weekly to-do list or a daily to-do list, and I just go through and for the whole week I make sure that I plan out if I need to do this task on Tuesday and this task on Thursday, that I write it down so that I don't forget, and then I go into each day knowing what needs to be done so that I'm not stressed out and all over the place. This also really helps because I'm the type of person that has a tendency to lay in bed at night and think of everything that I have to do in the coming week, and I think that this really helps me because when I have everything organized day by day, I know that each thing that I have to do has a day that it's going to be completed, so I don't feel overwhelmed, because even if everything isn't done, I know that I have a deadline of when it's gonna be done by, if that makes sense. So like I said, whether you do this on your iPad or whether you do this on a regular planner, I really think that it helps on Sunday to sit down and write out all of your tasks for the week and figure out what needs to be done, so that that way you go into the week with a clear headspace and a fresh start, knowing that everything that you have to do is out of your mind and onto paper. Then another thing I do is I go into the day pages of my planner and I sit down and I plan out each day by day. So my planner actually has a to-do list, and then it also has a hour by hour to-do list. So I love time blocking. Time blocking is honestly the way that I stay organized the most. I literally look at my to-do list for the day that I planned on Sunday, and then that morning, the first thing I do in the morning is I plan out my day, or sometimes I will do this the night before, depending on how much is on my plate. And I just block out hour for hour what I'm gonna be doing that day so that I make sure that I'm on a schedule and that everything can be completed. Another thing that has really helped me is having this today and to-do book. I will link it below. These are on Amazon, and they have these pages that on this side it says to do, and on this side you can put in the hours that you want so that you can also time block on this. Now the reason that I use my iPad and this is because I use this specifically for work. I have 3 different VPs that I work for, so typically what I do is I write down their name and then a task list underneath each of them, so I know what needs to be done for each VP every day, but you can really organize this however you want. I really like these more loose planners because you can really make them work for you however best works for you, whereas the ones that are like super detailed, I find a lot of the time doesn't work for me, because some days I write things out one way and some days I write them out another. So I just really like that this is very simple and it doesn't have too much structure to it. The last thing that really helps me stay organized is planning out my side hustle. Now my side hustle, as you guys know, is YouTube, so you can really tailor this to whatever your side hustle might be, whether it's an actual business or just a hobby or anything that you want to do for yourself. Make time for that. Don't think that just because it's a side hustle or some you time that it shouldn't be a priority, because this type of stuff, whether it's a side business that brings you joy, a hobby, or simply spending some time to yourself, it seriously is so important to help you not go insane. I really think that YouTube is a creative outlet for me, and honestly, I don't know what I would do with my extra time, even though outside of work, I feel like I don't have that much extra time, but I really feel like it's a good release, and I'm super happy and thankful that I'm able to plan it into my schedule. So with that being said, I actually go onto my iPad again in GoodNotes, and I use a calendar layout, and I plan what my videos are gonna be for the whole month. So yesterday, I just sat down and I listed out all of my videos that are gonna be posted on Sunday in March, and then all of my videos videos that are gonna be posted on Wednesday in March. This really just helps me see my plan for the month and what days things need to be filmed. And like I said, you can tailor this to any side hustle or hobby or whatever it is that you wanna do. I think that looking at a month might be too far out for some people, so you can do this by a week, or if you wanna do it by a month like I do. But I think that just planning out those things that some people might not see as a necessity, honestly, is so helpful, because you're making time for yourself or whatever hobby or side hustle that you have. So like I said, I've gotten just so many questions over the last probably year since I've started my YouTube channel about how I stay organized. And I also want to throw out there that it's okay if you're not organized. I cannot tell you how many times there's just an off week that I'm not organized in the slightest, or that my apartment is a mess, or that my YouTube channel is not as planned as it seems, or things like that. So I also wanted to throw out there, don't beat yourself up, because nobody is perfect. And even if it seems like it on social media, just remember that what you see on social media is only a second of time versus the whole 24 hours in a day. But I really hope that these tips and tricks helped you guys. If you have absolutely any questions for me, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I will answer as many as I can. I honestly think that just trying to write everything down, like I said, is like the biggest thing for me, so that I remember everything that I have to do and don't let it slip, and then realize later that maybe the reason that I'm not as organized is because I forgot 7 things because I didn't write them down. So with that being said, I hope that this video helped you guys. If it did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one.